Welcome. In 1741, a British warship was wrecked at the edge of the world. The men who survived came back with two completely different stories. Both groups accused each other of lies. Both claimed to be the heroes. And the truth was so disturbing the British Navy considered hanging them. This isn't a survival story. It's a story about what men become when survival is the only rule left. To understand what the Wager became, you have to understand what it was before everything fell apart. 1740. Britain and Spain are at war. The mission sounds simple. Intercept a Spanish treasure ship carrying millions. The reality? Almost suicidal. The Wager wasn't built for this. It was slow, old, already rotting before it left port. And the crew, worse. The Navy was desperate, so they filled the ship with whoever they could find, the sick, the starving, men dragged out of hospitals, even criminals given a choice, prison or sea. Hundreds of men, packed into a dying ship, heading toward the most violent waters on Earth. Leading them was Captain David Cheap, ambitious, proud, obsessed with authority. The kind of man who believes command is something you demand, not something you earn. And watching all of this unfold was a young midshipman, John Byron. Quiet, observant, paying attention. He would later write one of the only accounts that feels true. The squadron sailed south, toward Cape Horn. And this is where everything starts to go wrong. Cape Horn wasn't just dangerous, it was feared. Sailors called it the place where ships go to die, winds that circle the entire planet without stopping. Waves the size of buildings, water so cold it kills in minutes. The Wager's squadron hit it in the dead of winter. For weeks, they didn't sail. They survived, sails shredded, masts cracking, men swept into the ocean and gone in seconds, and then came the slow killer, scurvy, teeth falling out, limbs swelling. Men too weak to stand, lying in darkness, waiting to die. And here's the thing about suffering at sea. It doesn't just break your body. It breaks your sense of reality. By the time the Wager finally cleared the Horn, it wasn't a ship anymore. It was a floating graveyard. Then, on a gray morning in May 1741, they hit the rocks. No warning, no recovery, just impact. And suddenly, the ocean wasn't trying to kill them anymore. The island was. At first, they did what humans always do. They tried to survive. They salvaged what they could. Food, wood, gunpowder, built shelters, made fires, and most importantly, they tried to keep order. Because order is the only thing standing between survival and chaos. Captain Cheap still claimed authority. But here's the problem. Authority only works if people believe in it. And slowly they stopped believing. The island was brutal. Cold, wet, starving. Food ran out. Men weakened. Some lost their minds. And then it happened. Cheap shot one of his own men. Not in battle. Not in defense. But in a moment that shattered whatever trust remained. That's when the crew made a decision. Not just about survival, about power. They mutinied. They took the ship's longboat, voted against their captain, and chose something almost impossible, to sail thousands of miles up the coast of South America, in a boat never meant for the open ocean. No maps, no real supplies, no certainty they'd survive even a week. Cheap refused. He stayed behind, on an island that was already killing them, and now there were two stories, two groups. The mutineers sailed north, starving, freezing, dying, and somehow, they made it. Months later, they reached a Spanish settlement in Brazil. Against every odd, most of them survived. They returned to Britain as heroes, their story. A tyrannical captain, a crew forced to rebel to survive, men who endured the impossible, and for a while, everyone believed them. Then something unexpected happened. Captain Cheap came back, alive, rescued years later. And his story, completely different. He claimed the crew were cowards, mutineers, criminals, that what they had done wasn't survival. It was treason. And in the British Navy, treason meant death. Now the Navy had a problem. Two groups, Same events. Completely different realities. So they did the only thing they could. They put them on trial. And here's where David Grann does something brilliant. He doesn't just ask, who is lying? He asks something much more uncomfortable. What if both of them believe they're telling the truth? The court-martial never reached a clear verdict. Not enough evidence, no definitive truth. The men walked free, and the story faded, buried in records, lost in contradictions, until David Grann started digging. What he found wasn't a simple answer. It was something deeper. The wager wasn't about heroes or villains. It was about what happens when the rules disappear, because civilization isn't something we are, it's something we perform as long as conditions allow it. Take away food, take away order, take away consequences, and suddenly, you find out who people really are. Some stay loyal, some become ruthless, some hold on to their humanity, others let it go completely. Even John Byron realized it later. What the island revealed wasn't madness, it was truth, a truth most of us never have to face. David Grann is one of the best narrative nonfiction writers working today. He did it with Killers of the Flower Moon. And books like Say Nothing, different author, same level of depth, sit in that same space. But The Wager feels different, because it forces a question you can't escape. If you were on that island, starving, freezing, watching men die, would you follow the captain, or would you turn against him to survive? Let me know in the comments. Please like and subscribe for more short summaries.